So the other day, right when I got home from work, or I was like hanging out after work, my sister called me.
Okay.
And she's like, hey, I'm be in the area. Do you mind if me and the kids swing by? And like, this is the first time she's done that. Like, they've been over here, I think, once before. But it was like, yeah, come swing by and check out the park nearby.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, they were just having a good day. She was like, well, let's keep it going. But I just got done from work. And so I was like chilling. I had just smoked.
Oh, you were high?
a little bit, not horribly.
And also, your house is not kid friendly.
Yeah, so she was like, I'm 8 minutes away. So I was like, okay, I'll clean up real quick.
Do a quick walk.
Yeah, I just like, I kind of walked through every room. I was like, all right, well, staple gun, hammer, that kind of shit. Like,
put away the flamethrower, put away the dildo, put away the
knife. Yeah. But like, I had to put away just a lot of shit. And I put all the smoking stuff away and all of that. And they came over. It was great. Like, we had a super fun time. But then every time we walked past the bathroom, my nephew, who's like 2, would just go, it's Stinky. And my sister would be like, stop. I was like, sorry. Like, but yeah, just because he could smell like the smoking, because he had probably never smelled that before. Yeah.
Do you think he could smell it, or do you think he goes, it's a bathroom, so it will smell?
Maybe, because also I couldn't find the air freshener, so I did just like spray some like cologne on the door to just kind of block
it on the door.
Well, because the door just cracked and like that kind of stuff. Okay. So it could have been the cologne too, but just every time he would grab his nose, it would go Stinky.
That's so funny.
And then my niece, who is in more like the quote stage, I was here, oh brother, this place stinks. I was like, what the fuck?
Your niece is so wild.
She's so funny.
I saw her last week when we were working.
They both asked about you too.
We were both, because that was the first time I ever really hung out with them.
Yeah, because you would have met them at the wedding and
like
stuff.
Barely, because then also they left early, you know. And at the wedding you can't really
mingle
because I'm standing up there. Yeah. You know, I'm second in command at the wedding. You know,
you're third. You're third
in command.
Yeah.
Okay.
Husband, wife, officiant.
Yeah.
Then you.
But I was thinking, just of the boys.
Yeah, of the boys. Yeah.
Of the boys. I'm second.
Third.
Fuck.
Officiant's a boy.
Yeah, but of this select area group
of this row,
I'm second in command.
Yeah.
And also, if you cut you out, I'm first.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, you had the switch that didn't work.
It's because someone unplugged it. But yeah, so I met your niece and nephew, hung out with him last week.
Yeah. No, they asked about you the next day too.
Really cool, but your niece is weird.
What'd she do?
She's just weird. You always told me all these weird stories, but she just does bits and says lines
constantly. No,
she's like what, kindergarten?
Pre-K.
Pre-K?
Yeah.
Dang,
she is.
So what is that? 6, 5?
I believe she is 5.
I don't know how kids
I think
work.
they're 5 and 2, maybe. Yeah.
But it's just wild. Like, she'll do voices.
He might be 3 now. Yeah,
she does. A 5-year-old that does voices.
She does a lot of voices.
It's so funny.
She does a lot of voices. She makes a lot of faces, and like they're good faces.
She's very animated, which is so
super
funny.
fun. And because I'm trying to think of what else they said. Well, while they were walking around the house, it was super fun though. Also because I have so many like bones and stuff.
Well,
that
also
they would
you've
just be like, "What's
you've
this?"
been starting to put up artwork too, so you're probably showing your sister and showing everybody too.
Yeah, and that was super nice. And like I walked them around the yard so they could see all this stuff. But something I did realize, because we went to the park and they both made friends at the park, which was fun.
And
to
you
see.
live next to a really nice park, really big park in Des Moines.
But you'd hear like the 2 boys talking.
2-year-olds.
Yeah, like he might be 3, and I think the other kid was like 4.
Okay, but still young.
So the other kid was like, he was speaking a little bit better. Because my nephew, he's pretty uncoordinated, but like all over the place. He's super fun though.
He falls a lot,
and he's really smart though. You didn't even get it. Yeah, next time you meet him, ask him about dinosaurs, and like he'll like explain shit, and he can say like the long names.
And I'll go, "You lost me, buddy."
Yeah, he'll be like a Cephalosauros, and I'm like, "Yeah, I believe you." And he'll show me one. I'm like, "Oh, no shit." I would just
real?
call that dinosaur.
Yeah. Is that guy real? But yeah, God made those?
No, they were just buried there.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But watching like kids play at a playground was also just nice to actually have like your own kids there, and I'm not just staring at random kids. Like if Izzy and I go for a walk and like we stop at the playground and just kind of look at it, then
it is wild.
Then you're just like, ooh, it feels like we're scouting.
I did go on a walk with my sister a few weeks ago, and my parents lived next to a park.
Yeah.
And like we went to the park and swung on the swings for a little bit, and then kind of hung out around the park. But there were little kids with moms there, and so I was looking at them and being like, oh, that's cute. But then it's just weird being like,
yeah, like if you see a mom like playing with her kid, like, oh, like I smile and like I'll see what they're doing. Like, but if they look at me, then I'm just like, oh.
Yeah, because I'm like, I don't have a kid here.
Yeah.
I'm watching you have fun. I get what you're saying. But yeah, it's not malicious.
Right, yeah. It's just thought they were interesting.
Yeah, just thought it was interesting.
Yeah, but hearing kids talk, they just speak in bullet points.
Yeah.
They're like, my nephew would just say something about a dinosaur, and the other kid's just like, I have a birthday. You're just like, all right. I mean, but
because they don't know how to have conversations. They just know how to say things.
But then they would be like, oh, that's my friend. And like then they'd come introduce us to the kid, and then they'd
Just
be like,
because they had 3 sentences.
and then like the other kid would be like, yeah, my mom's over there. Do you want to go meet her? And we're like, no, we really don't.
We don't want to meet your mom.
Because also my sister, it's so funny seeing her be a mom because she's still as blunt as she's ever been.
Yeah.
Where she's like, no, I don't want that.
I don't want to do that. Well, I think that's where they get it from is your family's weird.
Yeah, which is...
And then when they're all together, they're weird together.
Which makes me nervous about them going to school. One, because the other kids will like... I talked about already that we're like hearing her say skibbity. And we're just like,
Yeah, the
shut
influence
up.
of other people. And
But
also kids might make fun of them.
That's the other thing is that now we raise fun, weird kids, and now we're sending them off.
Yeah, and then the problem is if people get made fun of enough, then they quit being weird.
Yeah, it's such
That was very weird.
That's
and then
true.
I kind of calmed down.
Yeah, that's probably not the worst thing, though.
Still weird.
Yeah. Like, yeah, you're weird now. Like, but, like, yeah, it will be weird to see outside influence. Because also, like, it's fun. It's fun teaching kids that, like, they call, like, underwear bloomers.
Which is so funny.
I think that's really funny.
That's so
Because
funny.
I think at one point, like, I was working on something, and then my niece was like, I can see your bloomers. I'm just like, okay.
It's like, I was like, what are you talking about?
Like, she sees my underwear. But just, like... And
He
like,
was working on the car in his underwear, okay, guys?
I was bending over. I hate that.
Well, you don't wear belts.
I know. They don't really fit me because I have no hips. So I have to make
Belts-
them so tight for them to do anything.
It's I've never not worn a belt.
And I
can't.
never wear a belt.
I can't not
That's
wear a
why
belt.
I try to buy my pants where like they grab my waist.
Mine grab my waist too, but I still want a belt for extra security because I just hate the feeling of them
I
sliding
hate when they slide. Yeah, I just feel like an asshole, and I don't want to be a butt crack guy.
because your asshole's out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Which-
butt crack guys are the worst.
it's rough. Like, and they don't usually know they are one, right?
Yeah, sometimes you can't help it. Sometimes you're
I
you're
get-
deep into a sink.
Yeah, or like when I'm really working on arcade game,
You're deep
like
in
if I
it.
can, like, yeah, I had
And
to,
you
like,
feel that
crawl
draft.
into it. It's when you can feel once air hits something, you're just like, fuck,
And then you just hear our boss walk over, and you're like,
God, because she would say something,
yeah.
and
She's
she,
like, you want a quarter for that?
yeah.
And you'd be like, excuse me?
I mean, they're weird enough. I can just see them just like throwing something in there.
Yeah, just
God, there was a woman at the bar the other day, full ass out, like I would say at least
like sitting down,
5
or
inches
just
of
standing.
cheek, sitting down.
Yeah, I've noticed that when people sit down at our bar.
Because
Dude,
especially
there's
when
a-
they're upstairs and you go up the stairs and then you're just like level with it.
It is. A lot of girls will wear like short skirts or short shorts or something.
Sure.
And sit down at the bar, and then you're just walking by, and you're like, your entire ass is out.
Yeah.
There was one time I was cleaning up floor. We're getting on a weird tangent in this intro, but I was cleaning up floor, and there were people sitting at the bar, and this lady's pants were so low that her ass was out.
Sure. And
like it was like, and I was just like, how do you not feel that?
'Cause what-
And it was not a good.
Yeah.
Like it was like,
well, that's
not-
what I was gonna say. Over ass, like that top inch, that's not a great, like,
No.
that's not great on anybody.
under ass, like the lip. I like that. I'd
the
be like
lip.
the little like.
Yeah, the cheeks.
The cheeks.
Yeah. You like the bottom of the, yeah, because the cheeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if it goes too high, you see the lips.
yeah, then that's wild.
Yeah, that's too far.
Never,
We're in public.
I've never really seen that in
No,
public.
me neither. Thank God, because I don't know that.
Have you ever seen a dick in public?
Besides, like not out of context.
I've seen lips once in public.
really.
Crowd surfing at, I think Warp Tour. There's
and a
one girl.
chick?
Yeah, where at just one point, like her legs flew over. I remember
Because she was
me-
wearing like short shorts or
me
something.
and the person next to me. It was like the next to me was like probably a woman in her like 30s. I was in my 20s. We were both just like, oh,
Yeah, 'cause
like
she's-
it was an audible
You're just
reaction.
like, what the hell?
Yeah, or it was even like just around that. But that was the one time I saw it in public. I was like, that's odd.
Yeah, I think just genitals in general.
Yeah, and
I
then
mean, tits normal,
yeah,
normal-ish because we're trying to free the nipple.
yeah, free the nip, but. Which
You
that
got-
in
you got
public,
distracted by that.
Well, yeah, 'cause that in public, I usually only see it through like sheer.
Yeah.
Which like that, I'm just like, yeah, it makes sense
I
because
like it.
I can have mine out. Like
yeah,
it's
yeah. But then also at concerts, some women just wear like little stickers.
yeah, little pasties.
Yeah, and it's just like shine, and that's a full boob.
Yeah, that is weird, but then it's just not.
But then it's
You
just not,
Yeah,
and then you just don't care about it anymore.
because like
You glance and you're like, oh, interesting, and then you just
Like
move
at
on.
a pool, you can wear a thong, basically.
That is wild.
Yeah.
Like and then the swimsuits are just like,
Yeah, just a little strip over the hole.
and you're just like, what the heck?
Mm-hmm. It is weird because like a bikini doesn't equal swim trunks.
No,
Bikini equals Speedo, and very few guys wear Speedos.
very few.
Yeah. Where like as a girl, I could not imagine being where it's smaller than underwear.
Yeah, dude. Sometimes and you get like just the little triangle tops.
Insane.
And it's just like, what the fuck? Which you can't move. I feel like if you move at all, that you got shit flying out.
Because I feel like if you're at that point, then you just gotta be like, I'm hot enough. I don't care.
I think that's what it is. People are go.
I'm even
hot.
saying like the average bikini is so small.
Yeah.
Like where most people wear that, I would be just like that would feel insane.
Yeah, and boys are just wearing baggy shorts.
Yeah, like that's probably the baggiest clothes I wear is swim trunks.
Swim trunks.
I do like a good like. I'm getting more and more into short shorts. It's just the issue is like I
get the legs for it.
No, I don't. My legs are just sticks. Like the tattoos help.
I've been thinking about because short shorts are kind of becoming a trend in men.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I could pull it off.
How's the hair on your legs? Is it aggressive or is it normal?
It's normal. It's not bad. But what's wild is there's a trend happening where like bigger dudes wear short shorts and they usually look really good. Like especially like I listen to a lot of podcasts and there's some bigger dudes that do podcasts.
There's like the guys who wear like the bright colored shorts.
They're very like beachy.
Yeah,
like they wear like that and they're bigger guys, but then they have like an open Hawaiian or something. And they look amazing. They look great because they're confident.
That's just not your style.
I know,
but I think we could fit a different kind of not jean shorts either.
I was thinking of because I don't really own shorts and I don't know what my short style is.
Like a
is it
shorter,
like
neutral,
skinny shorts.
I think you would need them a little looser. Like you don't need it to hug your thigh for your style. I think you could move into shorter shorts because you have good legs.
I have good legs. I got muscle.
Yeah,
like my calf. Yeah, that's hot.
Because that's the issue. Is I just don't get calf muscle.
Your legs are skinny enough where it's
and like where at least I don't know.
And you got tats to show off.
The tattoos do help for sure. Which speaking of which, we still got to tattoo each other.
Yeah, we're gonna do that on a pod.
Yeah, one of these days.
I told you I want 2 X's and you go, I'm not doing that
because I thought you meant giant.
No.
I thought it was going to be like kind of like your other X.
No, these are going to be really tiny.
I could do that.
Okay. That's what you're going to do to me?
Yeah, but also I'm going to tattoo your leg.
Vroom, okay. Vroom, vroom. I was talking about tattoos yesterday, and eventually we're going to have so many matching tattoos. We already do, but we're going to have so many more. Because I talked about the vroom, vroom. I talked about roof, roof.
Oh, right, yeah.
Or woof, woof. Woof.
We have to earn that way down the line.
Yeah, we have to earn that. And then also Fungus Bob and the cassette tapes.
I wouldn't mind a tattoo for that.
Yeah, so we're going to have 4 matching tattoos at least.
Yeah, and I'm sure we'll get something else down the line. Or you'll just start getting more of mine on you.
We're weird friends.
If you could steal any of my tattoos, which would you get? Like, what of mine would you most want on you?
See, the tough part is like your style is so much different than me. That's tough.
Any
I probably need to see you
pretty
naked.
Aggressive, yeah.
Probably need to see you naked.
Why, you want my ass tat?
Well, I just want to see the options.
That's fair.
I want to see your dick tat.
I thought about it.
Really?
Not like seriously.
okay.
It was just a like, if I could, what would it be? And I couldn't even think of anything.
Yeah, I don't need anybody to see that.
Like,
that would
like
just
even
hurt.
a line on it wouldn't. Like you couldn't even add like a racing stripe.
You know, like those really cool punk rockers, which I've always wanted, like those bands.
Sure.
What if you got a band on your dick?
I mean, but you already have one.
I know you have many.
Yeah. Like, no, I've got enough wraparound on that. I don't want something long. Probably makes it look longer too.
Put a little Eiffel Tower on it to make it look huge.
But I can't even think of like what. Because I wouldn't want that. I'm not gonna put the Washington Memorial down there. That's just an obelisk.
Yeah.
Maybe like you know how like
a little hat?
shitbox cars kind of have those flames behind the back tires.
Oh, okay.
Maybe that like kind of like right
At
where
the
your
base?
balls are at.
Oh, okay.
Where it like kind of. Like it feels like a hot rod revving. Maybe that.
It's your balls?
Yeah.
That'd
So,
be-
if,
because it'd be
so
on
if you
your-
looked at it straight on, it'd just be a little like.
Yeah, but that would be on your thighs, right?
No,
Or you'd put them on the balls? The
like
side?
right at the base of the underside of the dick.
That would be fun. That'd be sick.
I think that-
You ready for blast off?
Yeah.
You got a rocket?
Yeah, I think that's what I would get.
Yeah, I don't know if I
That's no, I never would.
could. But at least you got something in mind.
Because that's got to be horrible. I mean, that skin is so thin and so tender,
Yeah, and you gotta like fully press it and pull it.
and like
then they just
they're itchy enough as is.
Yeah, and then you're just like You know what bugs me about you? You scratch your balls too much.
Me?
That's a quote from Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Oh, okay.
One of my favorite Thanksgiving movies of all time.
That was a good one.
They're arguing.
That's the best Thanksgiving movie is even comparable.
I've loved saying
Thanksgiving film, yeah.
because it's the only one.
I mean, there's the Great Pumpkin's Halloween.
There is a Thanksgiving Charlie Brown, yeah.
And it's fine.
It's fine. But there's a scene where they're fighting, and Steve Martin is complaining about all these things.
and it just gets to the bulge.
No, and then John Candy goes, "Well, there are things about me that bother things about you that bother me too." And he goes, "Yeah, what?" And he goes, "You scratch your balls too much."
That's fair. That's a real complaint.
And he goes, what? Because we never see it in the movie.
Oh, sure.
It's such a funny line.
Because that's got the "I like me" speech, right?
Yeah.
That's up
movie's-
there on the best.
That movie's so funny,
monologues.
but also like very heartwarming and
Well, it's John Candy, so you gotta love it.
yeah.
Do you ever catch yourself in like one of those long, where it's kind of like when you see a dog itch behind his ears and his face locks in?
Oh, a long
Do you ever
scratch?
get those for a ball itch where you're just like, oh, that's the spot.
I'll get that for normal scratches. Do you ever like sometimes like when I'm tired, I'll rub my eye like this, like with my palm,
And then
but sometimes I'll just keep doing it because
Yeah,
like
you're
it
just
feels
grating it.
It feels so good,
And then-
but then I like can't open it.
Yeah, you get kind of like, it's not even like black. It's almost like a light brown.
Yeah.
It feels like
But
almost
it feel-
like velvet
It
vision.
feels so good. Like you can focus on it. You know what else you can focus on?
the Moist Monday podcast.
The Moist Monday podcast. What a wild intro, but
We're here. We made it.
we're getting moist.
Yeah.
Let's get moist out there, boys and girls. Just outside chilling, smoking a joint or
On
something.
working on the garden.
Yeah, that'd be so sick.
Or
That's
like-
like so freeing.
Because
That's
also,
what we do at Dawn's, and it's just the best.
or even just garage hang. Because that's the thing too that we've
Yeah,
talked.
being outside and smoking weed is the best.
Because I imagine it has to be legal federally within the next 5 years. I don't know.
You think Trump's going to do it?
That's why I said 5.
I
Or
did see a post that he's trying to drop pharmaceutical.
I saw that too. Which my hope is right now he'll be like, I need somebody to like me, so I'll just start doing this. Which
I mean,
we'll
if
take
he
advantage-
did that, that would be awesome.
Yes,
because
If he-
pharmaceuticals are so
insane
expensive.
and like just stupid. Like
For medicine, you need to live.
Yeah.
For some people.
the big issue is we need to tear down the whole like infrastructure
Yeah.
of pharmaceutical industries, which is
Free healthcare would be nice.
Yeah, that'd be so nice. Or just like not even free, just what our taxes go towards.
Yeah. Just to.
I'm like
'Cause
that would be
I-
real. Like if we could do a checkbox of where our taxes go,
Oh, that'd be sick.
because what the military would still be solid.
Oh,
I,
yeah, yeah.
I would want some of my money to go towards
I
that.
want a little bit of it. I want a little bit.
But like I don't want to be outgunned.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, because the rest of the world is insane too.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, what are the big checkboxes? I would do that. I would do parks.
Parks. Oh, for sure. Parks. Healthcare.
Yes.
Yeah, healthcare. Just because like I don't have insurance, so I can't even like I want to go back to therapy, but I can't even consider it
Yeah.
right now because I know they have moving scales, but it's just like, dude, it's gonna be like $100.
Izzy tried one. It was like 200.
Yeah, and it's just like
and she has insurance, just not through
that's
that.
see, and then it's like, God, I need it. I mean, I don't need it, but like
Yeah.
it would be nice to have.
Be a real improvement.
Be a real improvement to have, but then it's just like I can't afford that.
And like, not to talk bad about like therapists or that. It's just a conversation with a medical professional who like earned all that. Like, but like, why does it need to be so expensive?
They are like they go to school for it, but it is like
So are they making $150 an hour?
I don't know because like
What else does the money go towards?
sometimes they have to. Yeah, true.
Yeah,
I guess like if
the
you're
building.
I guess if you're in a building and then they probably take a cut, but I feel like they're all like independent. I feel like independent contractors.
or over Zoom.
Yeah, true.
So, like,
they're
what-
doing it from their home.
What are you paying for besides their?
I think they
hourly?
do get. I think like a therapist's hourly average is like $75 to $100 an hour.
Yeah, do you think that's what they get paid though?
Yeah, I think that's like
Really?
because they're doctors. You know,
That's so much money.
it's important.
Yeah, I get. Yeah, but
It's-
if
it's nice to have
if
a
it's so important, it should be easy
yeah,
to
yeah.
get.
Yeah, can I just get a friend that goes to therapy and does it for free? But then it's like you feel weird talking about certain things. That's what's nice about having
Sure,
a
yeah,
stranger.
having
a third party where you can be like, I'm gonna tell you everything.
I murdered a man.
You're not allowed to tell anybody.
That would be fun to have a therapist you just lie to. Also, have one real one and one.
That's if you make good money.
That would be a fun.
two therapists.
Just ruin a therapist's life by telling him all this horrible shit you've done in the past.
And you go, but I'm better now. It's just like
Thanks to you,
in high school I did this and
you saved a lot of lives.
they're just like, holy
Okay.
shit.
God, you're getting better.
And then like at some point they go to turn you in and you're like, I lied to you.
You're crazy.
Yeah, you're fucked up. You said that about me?
My
There's
therapist
no
is trying to
proof.
frame me.
Yeah, there's no
That's
proof.
So funny.
God, that'd be so
Shit,
fun.
we should do that.
That's called the long con.
Of just ruining one person's life. 'Cause I think I guess I think I'm going off of like a priest rule here. They're allowed
to touch. Oh, not that rule?
No, they're allowed to report you if you're going to commit a violent crime, I think.
But if you confess about something you already did,
I think you're good.
I think there is client patient privileges.
Yeah, but that's
then,
also there's still
like,
the law.
But I think like if you say you're going to harm yourself,
Sure, then they have to do something.
They have to do something or harm others, but
Yeah.
like also it's up to their judgment.
But like if you tell a therapist you murdered somebody, are they really not allowed to do anything with that?
Because what if you go, I murdered someone 10 years ago?
Yeah. Or just like even like you're like, yeah, I got drunk, I got in a hit and run, no one was around, they were dead on site, so I just took off. Like if you told them that,
not funny. That's not a funny, but
that's
it's
also
a made up scenario.
But that's also a scenario I've thought about of like,
yeah, what if
they're dead?
Yeah, what if that happens?
Like, do I just go to jail now and just both lives are ruined, or do I just try and leave and maybe I never get caught?
That's a plot of. I think it's a plot of Dead to Me.
Or it's a Black Mirror episode too.
Oh, is it? So Dead to Me, great show, but I'm pretty sure she hits somebody, and then that's like the pilot,
but like,
and then she just is haunted by this guilt.
Yeah,
and I think it's like the girl's husband that she becomes friends with.
Jesus, all right,
Yeah,
I definitely wouldn't do
it
that.
becomes wild.
Yeah, I would just steer
that show's really good.
I would steer clear of that, and I would just move.
Yeah, you better hope it happens while you're on vacation.
Sure. Yeah, because I think
in
that's
a rental car.
I think that's what happens in Black Mirror is like an episode. These two people like accidentally hit a cyclist, but they're on drugs. They're high. They were like leaving a thing, but no one else is around. The cyclist is just dead, and then they're just like, well, what will be better if we go to prison right now? This guy's still dead. The crime already happened, and just all that happens is we don't pay for it, but.
Yeah, what do you do?
And that's a real thing.
I mean, it probably happens more than you think, but also, I like imagine the guilt. Like you would just every night you'd probably have nightmares.
Yeah.
Of just like that shocked slow motion face.
So I think then like later down the line, the guy gets sober and then says he's gonna tell the police, but he's the one who actually hit the guy. But the girl's still gonna go to jail because of it too.
Yeah, and also
that's like what it's about.
And also going to jail for hiding a crime. And
I mean. Manslaughter and then that
like
and then I think they even like tossed the like body in like a lake with rocks in it.
Jesus, but yeah, what
do you do? There is the thought of like, all right, well, or like the only like the right thing to do is call the cops, obviously, but then you're just going to jail.
Yeah,
or you could leave, not go to jail, and this person's still dead.
Yeah,
it's fucking weird.
But I mean. That's the tough part too. Is then what do you do with the body? Because if you try and hide the body, then that person's
really bad.
Then that person's family and everything think that guy disappeared.
Yeah,
but then they also go, "Who killed him?" If their body's just on the street, that's a fucked up scenario. Sounds like we need some life advice for that.
I would like to say I would call it, but I have no fucking clue. If it was if the person was like not dead, then obviously you call.
So that's a tough situation.
Well, I think that's what the that FedEx driver got in trouble for. The FedEx driver who killed a kid. I think he did.
He like backed up into him
or ran him over. Yeah, and then I think that was a big thing where he did this. But if it's a fucking kid, then that's even completely different. If it's a 98-year-old woman
on a bike,
yeah, she was on borrowed time.
She could still bike though.
That's true.
Like she was going for the record.
That's true. Yeah,
she was going.
Especially we're in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, she was doing something.
That's a tough situation.
I don't fucking know.
It sounds like we need some life advice for that, but that also inspires me to come up or to start a new segment.
Oh.
It's time for a new segment. It's a long title, so get ready for this.
All right.
It's time for life advice from an ex-disgruntled prior service mortuary lance corporal.
Okay.
Life advice from an ex-disgruntled prior service mortuary lance corporal. Life advice from an ex-disgruntled prior service mortuary lance corporal. All right, so this is life advice from a ex-disgruntled prior service mortuary lance corporal. I can't say the name because he could get in trouble, but
prior mortuary.
It's a lot of words.
Does that mean you're a mortician?
I think so.
But pre?
Right. No, prior service.
Oh, okay.
Mortuary. Okay. Life advice. If you want to steal, don't call it stealing. Call it tactically acquiring.
Okay.
Then whatever item you are trying to tactically acquire, just walk out the front door like you own it.
I know in the military, people steal shit.
They tactically acquire it.
Because like I've even heard about that from people I know in the military, where it's just like, yeah, I mean, if it's the end of the day and you see something and no one's counting it,
Yeah, you technically acquire it. You don't steal it.
I might need it. Yeah.
That's life advice from an ex-disgruntled prior service Mortuary Lance Corporal. Life advice from an ex-disgruntled prior service Mortuary Lance Corporal. Life advice from an ex-disgruntled prior service Mortuary Lance Corporal. I mean, you've been so anti-stealing.
I'm really bad at it. I stole a T-shirt once.
On accident.
Yeah.
Because it wouldn't scan.
And then that week my dog died, and I still put the two together.
You think that's what happened? The guilt?
Yeah, God just killed my dog because I accidentally stole a T-shirt with Buff Elmo on it from a Walmart.
And you don't have that shirt anymore.
I don't.
You burned it.
I don't have that dog anymore either. Did I burn it that week?
No.
Oh, okay, I didn't think so.
I wouldn't be shocked though if you were like,
I can't.
like, this killed my dog.
No, I think I had it for a while because it was just a dumb T-shirt that was supposed to be like
Walmart.
$5.
Yeah, it was a Walmart T-shirt, and I think we were buying cheap shit for Tough Mudder.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's when we bought like shoes and shit.
Yeah, and because we like got some camping gear too.
Yeah.
And I think I just treated it as just like a shit shirt.
I haven't stolen in probably a long time.
Because you were pretty big on it.
I was
like
big on it when I was
school.
younger, but now I'm like, it's not worth it.
I stole a cookie in kindergarten and felt so bad I threw it up.
Yeah, so imagine if you did a hit and run.
Yeah,
imagine
that's
that
true.
killed.
That's fair.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And your dad is a cop.
Yeah, that's true.
A detective.
He'd be hunting me down.
It just can't happen in his jurisdiction.
Where all those old bikers are.
Where all the old bikers are. But I want to change gears a little bit.
Okay, you want to make comments on the tactically acquiring?
That's it.
Okay.
That's the life advice.
All right.
We're moving on.
Okay.
What else am I supposed to...
I don't know.
We learned our lesson?
Did we?
Tactically acquire.
Yeah, dog died. So yeah, that's a lesson learned.
Lesson learned. That's what they say. But I'm switching gears. I've been watching a lot of trash TV lately.
Okay.
One, I'm gonna start. I have two to talk about. I'm gonna start with one that you've seen.
What does disgruntled mean in that case? Because that doesn't mean
We're
like,
not supposed to talk about it
is that
anymore.
like
This segment's
angry?
over. I think
Alright.
just burnout,
Oh,
burnout and overused,
okay.
tired. I think this guy's always disgruntled.
That's fair.
You know who you are, buddy. But we love you. No, but I've been watching a lot of trash TV. The first one I'll talk about is something you've seen.
Okay.
And I finally watched it, and that's Naked Attraction.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
I've only seen like 4 episodes of it.
They're all the same.
But what the fuck?
I don't know.
It is
An insane TV show for insane people.
and it's a BBC show. It's like a British show.
I think it's on television there.
it's fucking it's just
I think when
fully nude people.
I think when my parents went there, they saw it. Yeah.
Like
on,
live?
No,
Oh.
on television.
like that show is like I think it's on Netflix or one of the. It's on one of the
Max,
streaming.
I
It's on
think.
Max. I was like, what? You
It's
told me
a-
about it, and it sounds wild. And then when
Yeah.
I watched it, I go, what the fuck?
Because it's not
and,
hot.
And they go through it so quick.
Yeah.
Like the episodes are quick. Mm-hmm. And then they go on dates.
Yeah. And see if it works. It's a show called Naked Attraction where
It's you're gonna describe it, it's gonna sound wild.
Yeah.
But then when you watch it, you go, God, it is wild.
just what it is,
My
yeah.
mind couldn't comprehend how wild it is.
it's a host of a show and a guest comes on and they have a little conversation. This person's looking for love. They're looking for men, women, in between, sometimes both.
Yeah, it is wild when it's both.
Mm-hmm. And then they're like, all right, well, let's see the contestants. And then there's like 6 boxes
Yeah.
around them with silhouettes behind it. And this curtain or thing raises and it goes up and you just see crotch down.
Yeah, it just goes up to the waist, so you just see legs, and they're completely naked.
Yeah.
And then genitals.
Yeah.
And then
Depending like what they're looking for, you see what they got.
it is wild.
Uh-huh. And then like they turn around, you judge butts, but it's just, and like it's really fun to play along because you are choosing your ideal
You
cock.
pick it, yeah. You pick your favorite, and then you go on just based on how the legs
And
look.
you're
Like
like-
one episode I watched, like one guy was missing a leg.
Yep.
That was an early episode.
Is that the one with the huge dick?
Yeah,
Yeah. The
and then that's
elephant-
and he got
had
picked.
the elephant
The
trunk,
other-
didn't he?
Yeah, he had an elephant trunk tattoo.
Yeah, that's a dick tattoo.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had
Yeah.
an elephant head around and he had a trunk.
I will say, based on that show, there's a lot of people with big hogs.
Yeah.
But then a
but
few-
also who going to sign up for that show if you don't have a
But then
giant
a few
hog?
where it's just like, oh, that's small.
Yeah.
And then everyone's
Plus
like,
it's cold. in
and
there,
everyone's
but-
like, that was a good confidence. Even though she didn't pick me, that was a good confidence boost.
Yeah,
Just to
where
be standing there naked.
I'd be,
I would I would hate it.
I mean, because
unless
also,
I got picked.
But also, you would see my silhouette just trying to jerk it.
You just keep flapping it.
Yeah, I was just like, you would constantly see me just.
And the first time is just the way, so you just see my hand.
Come on. Because I mean,
It's
like,
cold in here.
Well, also you'd be so nervous.
Yeah, of course.
But also then, yeah, sometimes just vaginas. And you're like, I guess that's my least favorite one. Get her out of there.
But it is wild because the contestants are in a box, so they can't see anybody else.
Yep.
And then they just eliminate people slowly. So the first one is they eliminate someone just based on what their cock looks
you
like.
had the worst looking dick.
Yeah. It's wild. And then it goes up to chest. So then you see chest, you see if they're fat, you see if they have tits, you see what their tits look like. You see,
so we're like guys, you see like if they're muscular or not.
yeah, you see the tattoos. And then it goes face.
Yep.
And then you go, oh, wow, I did not expect this person's face to look like
Which
this.
sometimes the faces were. There was one where Izzy and I were like, "Oh, this person's our favorite." Until you got to face, we're like, "Oh my god,
Yeah,
her,
because sometimes
she's our favorite."
Because
now.
sometimes the hair, sometimes people's outfits and hairs and face are
there's no outfit.
Well, sometimes people's the facial is just way different than what I expected. And I was like, "Ooh, I don't like him anymore.
Yeah.
I liked his body."
Yeah.
And then they cut it down, and then they go voice.
Okay.
And then once they get cut down to, I think, 2 naked people, then the person that's choosing has to get naked as well.
That's fair.
But that's like so wild because you're used to seeing this person talk in clothes, and then they walk out naked, and then you're like, oh, damn.
That's what they look like naked.
You're like, holy shit.
Yep.
It's such a, and it's so weird because when people get eliminated, they introduce themselves and then they hug.
Yep.
And it's a fully clothed person hugging a naked person.
And then just the naked person walks off.
It's just a wild show, and it happens so quick.
Well, and like it's not hot.
No. Like I feel like I watched a few episodes and I was like, I can't watch
You're
this.
intruding.
I
Yeah.
can't watch this anymore.
Yeah.
Like I was like, I like it. It's interesting.
Yes.
But
we've only watched probably like 5 episodes.
It's not a
maybe.
binge show.
No.
Because it's just
That's too much.
It's too much just raw human.
Yeah.
It's weird. So I wanted to talk about that. And then the other show that I've been watching a ton lately is called Temptation Island.
You told me about this one a little bit because I've not seen this one.
This one is wild. So there's 6 seasons of this.
Jesus. Well, 'cause they do like 2 a year, I think.
Oh, do they for this?
A lot of these shows, these like, same like Love is Blind, where they're constantly doing
this.
them.
So the 5 seasons are on one app. I can't remember what app it is. And then the 6th season is on Netflix.
Okay.
So like the show ran for 5 years or 5 seasons, and then it stopped. And then Netflix picked it up and did a 6th season. Sure. I think they're working on another season right now. But the concept of the show is insane.
Yeah.
So they pick 4 couples, 4 people that are in serious relationships.
So 8 people.
8 people that are having relationship problems.
Which...
And like some of the people, it's like been dating for 4 years, been dating for a year, been dating for 3 years.
Okay.
It is wild that people are dating for a year because it's like, okay, that
they just wanted to get on.
Yeah, they just wanted to get on. But people dating for like 4 years and they live together, like they're just going through like they have like issues, so they're like, let's go on a TV show.
Sure.
So
Which I don't think that solves anything ever.
Dude, based on the show, it ruins everybody's lives. Because so once they pick the couples, they bring them to an exotic island, which of course it's got to be hot, and of course the couples are hot. Yeah. Everybody's hot in these shows.
Where are all these fucking islands at?
And where are all these hot people at? There's
true.
So many hot people. But then they go, okay, it's Temptation Island. This show only takes place over a month.
Oh.
So shit gets crazy so fast. And I always forget it's just a month.
Well, also because they are pumping these people full of alcohol.
It's full of alcohol.
That's what Love is Blind does too.
This is full of alcohol.
Yeah.
So they take these couples.
Like I think they feed them less so they get drunker.
They take these couples and then they bring them to the island and then they go, okay, since it's Temptation Island, we're going to have temptations for you. So then they bring
How does that help?
So then they bring in 12 hot women and 12 hot men.
Yeah.
And all the couples are sitting next to each other just staring at these hot people. And then they go, okay, ladies are going to the ladies' villa. You're going to be living with these 12 single hot men. And men, you're going to the men's villa and you're going to be living with these 12 hot single women.
Which, by the way...
all of these singles are horny as hell.
Yeah. Well, yeah, 'cause their job is to ruin these relationships.
Yeah. So these people are in serious relationships and they get a break from their significant other.
So every girl could just go to this house and go airtight with a guy.
Oh, dude,
like
these
it could
girls
just be like literally like every person gets a 4-way.
These girls are horny as fuck, and they just want to fuck. They just want to be on television.
Yeah, because they just want to get a name.
Then the couples are trying not to fall into temptation because they're trying to prove to their other person that they trust them or all this stuff. Dude, this show is insane.
Because like
it's like, dude, they force them to go on dates with other people. So like I think it's like
just a nightmare situation.
They force them to go on dates, and like the dates are insane, like because they're on an island, like scuba diving, like dates you would
endorphin rushes,
dates you'd never be able to go on. They're partying all the time, and then I think it's like once a week they do these bonfires
with everybody.
No,
okay.
So like the 4 men will come to the bonfire,
okay,
and they'll play them clips from the ladies' villa of their significant other to be like, how are they reacting to temptation?
Yeah.
And some of the clips are like, they're being good.
Yeah.
But then other clips are like, season 2. So I've only watched season 2 and I'm watching season 6 right now.
Okay.
Season 2 is the best season, hands down.
Okay. I'll watch that one.
Dude, night 1.
Yeah.
I'm not going to spoil the whole season for you, but this happens first episode.
Okay.
Night 1 in the ladies' villa, this girl has been dating this guy for 4.5 years.
Okay.
She sleeps with someone else.
Jesus.
The first night. It is, dude. And then at the bonfire, he's like watching, and then he just sees there's cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
He just sees them crawling to bed together, and then she just sees her having sex, and he's like, "Fuck!"
I would just walk into the ocean, just like, all
yeah.
right.
But then he's like, "That means I get a hat." And it's like that means I get a party.
I fucking guess.
But then also they're like, I loved her. Like it's just like, especially night 1, because these shows are wild.
All right, because if I was in that scenario, now let's not even like say with this, but if I was in a relationship and we're doing this show and we are trying to actually solve our relationship with it, if I see that, you have to take all that sadness and just turn it into like, all right, nope, I'm gonna fuck I'm gonna pretend like I don't want to and just give into all the temptations.
Well, also they show some clips that are like, because it's just a clip of a week, so it's out of context.
Yeah.
So sometimes they'll just clip. Sometimes it's kind of calm, and they'll just clip a girl saying something kind of bad about their boyfriend, just because they're venting.
Yeah, that does suck.
But then they're just like, they get out of context. Like one of the clips was like, and I'm dating this piece of shit.
Okay, so that's never great.
And like one girl was like, yeah, and he just has like little bitch tendencies.
Oh my God.
And that was like the clip, and he's just like,
oh,
what? But I will say most of the men suck. Like I hate the men. I feel bad for the women.
No good person would sign up for this show.
They're all toxic, but it's insane because so many people fall into temptation, but they are drinking into shit.
Yeah.
I will say season 2 and season 6, there are couples that have they have threesomes. Okay. And you're just like, holy shit.
Oh, but like the couples have threesomes?
No. Like a guy will have sex with 2 single women because hasn't seen his girlfriend in a week. And then he goes, man, I love her, but temptation. Like
it's kind of like when you like, if you're on a diet and you're only like, well, I'm only going to cheat on my diet if it's with something really good. And if it's just.
And they got 12
the hottest, horniest, and they're just giving away. Yeah.
It is.
Where
this
these girls
show
are just like, yeah.
This show is it's so dramatic. And then what's wild is some of the single women or single men will get upset to the because they're trying to flirt and like go on dates with them. Yeah. And they'll get upset that they're not getting picked. But also the person you're going after is in a relationship.
Oh, like the tempters?
Yeah.
I guess, yeah. How much of characters are they?
Well, because they're interesting, and they initially be like, man, I really like this guy. I went on a date with him, because they have to ask you on a date, and then they went on to someone else. And it's like, yeah, but they're also in a relationship.
Yeah. No matter what, you're not first.
So it is wild when they get sad. It's just like, you want this guy to cheat on you with?
So that's a little bitch boy tendencies right there.
The show is insane. And then season 6, they added something that is so wild. They added something Haven, Temptation Haven or something. Okay. So they added this about mid-season, where they put up a giant like tent.
It's just a glory hole or something.
They put up a giant tent in the men's villa and the girls' villa.
Okay.
Where there's no cameras. Because everything else is filmed, and then, so whatever's caught on film can be played at a bonfire.
Okay.
So then they set up a thing where it's like, if you want to go in here, there's no cameras. But if you enter the Haven, a red light and an alarm will go off at the other villa, alerting them that somebody went into the Haven.
Ooh. But they don't know who?
They don't know who. They just know that someone... And they did this. They had a bonfire, and then they went home from the bonfire, and then like 2 hours later, a guy went into the Haven, and the girls were all sad still from seeing bonfire clips. And just this alarm starts blaring in their house, red lights flashing, and they go, someone's already in there? It is a wild show.
Which I would maybe just go to the Haven and just jerk off 8 times a day.
I mean, yeah, because they don't...
Well, then I can't have sex.
But then, because they don't know who's going in there. And I was like, you could just go in there and talk. Yeah. But everyone that's going in there is fucking.
Yeah.
And there's shots of like outside of the hammock, and they're still mic'd up, so you just hear,
Jesus.
You just hear them, and it's just like, we don't know what they're doing.
Which, Why are we allowed to like do that on reality shows? Just let people fuck. Like I don't know. It seems odd.
There's cameras everywhere. There's scenes where people will take showers together. Like there was a scene I watched where like they got in the shower and I mean, it's foggy.
Yeah.
You see the glass, but you legit see this girl giving this guy head.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and it's just like, I can see that.
Jesus.
It insane television.
God, yeah, and you're watching two big ones. Let's say I've seen.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
Yeah.
But it's so addicting. And they're like an hour long a piece.
Just too much.
Yeah, it's wild. I will say season 2 was the best season. And then at the end of season 2, they did a recap like a few months later and they all came back. And it's so funny how they just are. Some of people are just so angry.
Yeah.
Because it ruins all the relationships.
Well, yeah, it has to.
And then all these single people are mad.
So let's say I've 90 Day Fiance, really good. If you get one of the good seasons, it's the best show ever.
See, that sounds way different. Like less drama, or is there still drama?
The issue, or the thing I love is it's a lot of loser white guys from America and just really hot but really mean Filipino women, and it's awesome.
I mean, I like that.
Yeah, no, so you're just watching this girl bully a guy, but then like the moment he's like, all right, you don't get to move to America now. She's like, no, we're fine. It's okay.
Oh, yeah, because
I love you. Yeah.
Because they have to get married for the green card.
But they're so mean to them, and it's so much fun.
And then they go back on it.
Yeah. Well, also,
No,
like,
I'm just kidding.
yeah, no, because that's when they are nice to each other, nice to them. But other than that, once they're in America, they're just the worst people.
Do they do like updates on people? See if they're still married?
But also they have to like get engaged and they move to America, and then you have 90 days to get married.
Oh shit! So you gotta plan a wedding.
Their visas are good for 90 days, and like sometimes it's these two people. The guy went on vacation to like Italy, or like the girl did, and then they fell in love, like had the best time with this person, and then they want to give it a try.
Awesome.
And then so like one person moves, and they're like, where the marriage is just so you can literally try.
Yeah, I mean that's really fun, but also you met in one of like a highlight of your life.
Yeah.
So like going back to reality,
like, that's
might
one
be.
where you like try.
But also, yeah, try if you.
Worst case, you get divorced, and that's okay.
But you still like that's a great story.
Yeah, and also like I don't know, like if you really liked him,
what's that on Max
shot.
too?
That was on Hulu at some point. Did that? I did 1,000-Pound Sisters for a hot second.
Some of those shows sound depressing.
That one's dark.
That one's dark.
My 600-Pound Life, super dark.
Yeah, that one sounds heavy.
Especially because if you watch them, you will you'll get updates like sometimes where it's like TLC will send out like I'll see it like as a headline of like this person died. And you're like, oh shit. Yeah.
So are they like the show? Are they trying to lose weight at all, or
they're supposedly trying to, and then some are just like absolutely not.
Well, when you get to
yeah,
when you get to a certain size, you're just like, this is who I am.
Yeah,
now.
that's a lot of it, and it's interesting.
And, like,
1,000-Pound
what do
Sisters,
they
they've
do?
lost weight.
Like, what do they like have jobs and
Some of them, yeah.
do they just play video games? And,
Some of them, yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I mean, but also like I don't know. It's like
another way people can go through this life. You know?
I did kind of think about that the other days. If we could gain and lose weight, like let's say like 3 times as easy, where like you actually like legitimately could like shed and gain weight constantly.
Yeah, where
but like you actively trying something would do it. Wouldn't we all probably get kind of like big in the winter and then like get really fit?
That's
if you could.
That's how like cavemen and stuff. I'm pretty sure like they in the winter they would bulk up because of warmth.
Sure.
And then in the summer,
that's a necessity.
And then in the summer, they are outside constantly hunting and working.
Well, and
so
gathering,
then you
to keep it. Yeah.
And then you shred it just because you're outside working.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I think just biological. I mean, one of my friends, she works outside all the time. Mm-hmm. So in the summer, she's like really tiny, jacked. Yeah. And then in the wintertime, she plumps up because she's inside all day drinking.
Sure, yeah.
Eating.
If you could go back and forth, I think that would be ideal.
That'd be fun, but also, yeah, if you could just...
No, like I'm saying, if it was... Like if you were like, oh, I'm gonna start working out, and then you got muscular, that would be nice. Or if
it took like 2 weeks.
Yeah, if it was like you could actually change it.
But also if you putting on weight was super easy too, though.
Yeah,
where like you just come into work one day and you're like, God damn, dude,
I gained 20 pounds this week.
I had a great night. I had 8 milkshakes. but don't worry, I'll see you in a week.
Yeah, in a week. Yeah, I gotta run a half marathon in 2 weeks. So yeah, I'm gonna get back on it.
Up for that.
Yeah,
just have it.
Like if we could just do that,
that'd be kind of fun.
That'd be such a fun way to live.
Our skin would look weird though, because like skin when it stretches out, it's hard to go back.
I don't know. I got stretchy skin.
Yeah, but not like super stretchy.
You could fit quite a bit of weight in there.
You're not getting fat in your neck. Jacob, for audio listeners, is pulling on his neck's skin.
One day we found out I have pretty stretchy skin. And I don't know what to do about that.
Is that what your penis looks like too?
I mean, if I pull on it enough, sure.
It stretches that
I can get
far?
like a little predator like "Wah," on it.
No, you can't.
No, I cannot.
That would, dude, if you could, I'd be like, that means they forgot to circumcise you. Or they forgot to finish the job.
God.
Having a little hood on it.
Yeah.
That would be weird. Every time I see one in porn, I'm like, glad I don't have
see
that.
those a lot on that show.
Yeah, well, it's
British,
British.
yeah.
A lot of people have uncircumcised dicks, which is weird because then they make comments on it.
Mm-hmm. Of what do you prefer? Which like
They always go at the start of the show. They always go, "We picked 6 people that they said they would like," and I'm just like, "What does that mean?"
it is kind of a bummer when like the person who's like the biggest just immediately out. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey.
I mean, I get it.
Yeah, but
because you're judging it on the body.
Well, yeah, it's pure judgment. Yeah.
But it's so insane where they go, "Let's take a closer look," and then they walk up and they go, "That's an interesting looking," and then they go, "What do you think about their pubes?"
Yeah,
Like, it's
that's
just
true.
like, dude, the show's insane.
I mean, the big thing that they don't do, which I'm surprised they don't, are like, all right, can you just spread them cheeks? Like they never do that at least.
it is wild when they make them turn around and do butts. I did hear, I haven't gotten to it yet, but later seasons, it's an inclusive show, so there's like trans people and stuff on it.
Sure, I think I've seen that. Yeah.
I like that. That's pretty cool. But I will say, like, most of the bigger people get eliminated first. But that's just, I get it. But it sucks.
It's
But,
also
that's,
so
but what are you gonna do in this?
You signed up for
wouldn't-
the show.
And also in that situation, you wouldn't like.
Yeah, because that is the show where I play along completely.
Honestly, you wouldn't. I mean, sometimes when they get to like when it shows the full body in the face, I'm like, damn, she's cute as hell. Mm-hmm. But then just based on crotch, I'm like,
I didn't know.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
We're basing it off crotches, okay?
And that's what the show is.
It's fuck. Yeah, trash TV is fucking wild. I'm about to finish season 6 of Temptation Island.
Okay.
But I think number 2 is the best. I've been saying lately, a guy in season 2 goes, "I am the captain now."
Okay, which is also a quote from Captain Phillips.
Yeah, but
Okay.
it's so he's probably quoting that. But it's the guy that slept with that girl the first night.
Oh.
And he literally goes, it's a talking head, and he goes, "I am the captain now."
All right,
It's
so he was going there just to fuck.
Yeah, he's like this big, strong black dude.
Sure.
And then he turns out to be a piece of shit. And it's
I mean,
like,
obviously, yeah.
yeah, you got this girl to sleep with you on the first date.
Because Love is Blind is interesting. It's a big group of guys and a big group of girls, and they're all in pods. So all the girls
I've
can see each
heard
other.
about
All the guys. It was pretty big. We watched 2 full seasons of it.
So how does that one work though?
You meet other couples or other like players in pods, and you just sit and talk. You can't see each other, but you can talk fully.
You can't see each other at all.
Yeah, no, it's all through like you're on opposite rooms. You can just talk.
Oh, so it's kind of like speakerphone?
Yeah, what I like. I don't even think you can really see silhouettes because there was at one point where a guy was like, "Would I be able to carry you on my shoulder?" Like you definitely just trying to
He
see.
was trying to get...
See
God
if someone's
damn,
fat or not.
That's fucked
and
up.
like the dude was a piece of shit the entire time.
It is so fun
But
watching
he
those
also got
shows.
like the hottest girl to fall in love with him, and then he wasn't interested in her, and we were all just so fucking mad.
That's
I
awesome.
can't remember his name. He's a vet. I know, like a dog vet. Fuck you, dude.
It is, dude. It is so funny when you watch those shows because episode 1 you always go, "This is my favorite."
Yep.
I already hate this guy.
Yep.
And see if it changes because usually it doesn't. Usually you go, "This
Yeah.
guy sucks."
Well, but
and then you go, "Fuck you."
But like, it's weird to see what people are attracted to, because sometimes it'll be like a really pretty, smart girl, and then just the most himbo dude,
Interest. Yeah.
and like he's like so
Well,
dumb.
and also guys like seeing people. Women like knowing people.
Sure.
For initial.
Sometimes, yeah. But like it is interesting, like where the guy who was like trying to figure out people's weights, he got like a nicer girl who, like, it's interesting to see oh, I guess she's attracted to douchebags, because once he was a douchebag, she started to actually like him.
Oh, interesting.
And it's
So you
interesting
see
that like
how-
you pick up on that kind of stuff, but
And then
also
it's
it's
like,
all
oh, if I-
edited to hell.
Yeah, that's what's so odd about these shows. Is like, what else happened?
Yeah, and also they're all drunk as fuck the entire time.
But they can't. So are they all the guys drunk together?
Yeah. No, and then they all go back to the room. They compare names. So then, same with
Yeah, because they got to talk about their.
one guy was interested in 2 girls, but he chose one. But then they all meet.
So then you have to slowly eliminate people
No, all right. So you write down your favorites and you pair off, and then you propose.
without seeing them.
And then after your proposal, if they say yes, you get to see each other. And then you all go on.
Has there ever been someone that goes no
I think
just
so.
from voice?
I think so. Yeah.
Whoa.
Well, if they have another favorite, yeah,
that's true.
And that's happened too. One guy went back to his original choice.
Oh my
like after the
God.
second girl said no. And then you get to see each other. And then
What's the reveal on that? Toda. Is there like a curtain, or
I
do
think
you
you
just
walk around a corner.
Oh, okay.
And like there's a big thing where one girl half mentioned that she's been compared to Megan Fox before. And the guy was really mad about that for the rest of the time. I think they finally broke up. They were awful.
Did she look like Megan Fox?
You could see it in the features. Like her eyebrows and eyes, kind of, but like she wasn't Megan Fox hot.
Yeah.
Like
She was still
cute,
pretty, yeah.
But also, I think they were just horrible for each other. Where like she was insane, and he kind of he also kind of seemed closeted gay.
Oh, okay.
At time, or maybe that wasn't him, but there was a couple where you were like, he really feels gay, and they fight a lot.
It is also wild thinking because you go, okay, they got to find hot people.
Yeah.
They got to find, but then also the
people are willing to give up work for 2 months.
But then also the people that sign up for these shows are crazy.
Yeah, well, a lot of them are just social media people.
Yeah,
too.
exactly. Like they're not real people. Like that's why it's so insane to see people interact because it's like you're not real.
Yeah, it's better
You're
than
not a real person.
It's better than the Rock of Love Daves, the Bret Michaels dating show.
Yeah,
'Cause me and my
where
sister
was
watched
just-
all of those.
Yeah, that was basically like The Bachelor.
Kind
We
of.
were all in one house.
But like VH1 MTV people. So there were
So it's all rockers.
They're all horrible people. They're all insane. Like just like strung out, actively stealing from set. Like just the wildest
Wearing
people.
designer jeans.
Yeah, like with those giant crosses
Yeah,
on
with
their ass.
yes.
Yeah. So like this is a new brand of people, but yeah. So they get to see each other. Then they choose like all the good couples because there's a lot of background people too.
Yeah.
Where like when you notice no one focuses on them, that just means they didn't find anybody.
Well, same thing with Temptation Island. So there's 12 singles on both shows.
Okay.
And then like about halfway through, I think they do it a couple of times, but they eliminate people from the island
Interesting.
to get rid of temptation.
Sure.
And it's always people where you go, I didn't even know they were there.
Right, yeah.
Because it's people they didn't make
Not
connections with.
interesting, yeah.
And I was like, oh, they're just there to party.
Yeah.
Like they don't care about any of this. They just had a week of an
I
island.
mean, like, maybe I get to fuck a hot girl and have her cheat on her boyfriend.
Yeah,
That'd be-
exactly. You did nothing
That's
wrong.
a fine
You
week.
did nothing
Yeah,
wrong.
no, they signed up for the show.
You got drunk as fuck
Yeah.
and just happened to be part of a threesome
Yeah.
on camera.
and
That
that's fine.
That everybody in the world
And
could
that's
see.
all you signed up for, is to be a temptress, and that's fine.
It is. I think there's a guy in season 6 that was a single that is also in another like dating show,
Sure.
which is wild because it's like, oh, that's just what he does.
Yeah,
He's just like an actor.
That's what you would see them bounce around those VH1 shows.
That's wild.
Yeah.
But I guess they're just trying to get their name out there and they're trying to be influencers.
Which one of the Rock of Love girls got her own TV show called Daisy of Love.
Because she was such a fan favorite or something.
Yeah, and then me and my sister watched every episode of that, and
I never heard of that
We
one.
still quote it.
I remember watching Rock of Love and that would just be on in the afternoons, which
No.
is
Oh God, it was like my dad would wake up because he worked nights back then. He'd
Yeah.
wake up at 3:00, and me and my sister would just be in the living room watching that
Rock,
during
yeah.
the summer, and he was so mad. Just like, go do something.
Yeah, I remember I'd go over to my buddy Alan's who lived right across the street in the middle of the afternoon and it would just be on. I'm just like, and he's just like, my mom left it on.
Yeah, or that, or Jerry Springer. We'd watch that
Jerry
every
Springer
day.
was wild.
Jerry Springer, Steve Wilkos, and Maury. My personal favorite is Steve Wilkos.
See, I don't know Wilkos.
Steve, he's the best. He was Jerry Springer's security guard for a while.
And then he got his own show.
Yeah,
Damn.
he's just this big ass bald dude,
That's awesome.
and he just yells at people about their life.
There's got to be shows like that still exist, right?
I don't know. 'Cause Jerry Springer died. I don't know if Maury's still on or not. I mean, Dr. Phil is kind of that.
Yeah, Dr. Phil is kind of that. It's switched
but like
into that.
Jerry Springer was fake too.
Oh,
right?
it was because my buddy Jonah,
Yeah,
he got like a thing in high school where his family tried to get on it.
sure. Doing just bits.
Well, like, because I don't know. He was like a troubled kid,
Sure,
but like that show does not help you.
no, and like there's
And
no
you
way his
exaggerate-
parents would be like, "This will help him."
And you exaggerate.
Yeah.
And you lie.
But also, a lot of times it's like, I cheated on you with your sister.
Yeah.
And then just her sister walks out and then the two just
And then
fist
go,
fight.
oh my God, she's here.
Yeah. Like, no, you guys definitely flew in together.
Yeah.
Like,
and you're gonna fly out together.
yeah.
And you're gonna be like, oh,
you
we
live,
made
all three of you live together.
we made $2,000, guys.
Probably. But I think some are just actors.
Yeah, for sure. That's what's so weird about all these shows.
Well, because I fell back into, I think I told you, I maybe talked about this on the podcast, but I found a TV show where like high school nerds would submit their bully to get on this show
yes, yeah.
where just like a professional fighter beats up their bully. But then that show was completely fake.
Of course,
That
'cause you
pissed me
can't do that.
off. Yeah, because that's just assaulting a person.
Yeah, and like, I get the idea because it'd be awesome if you got real bullies
Yeah.
and real nerds, but a nerd will not be good on camera.
No, that's
and also
true.
they get
A bully wouldn't sign up for this show,
exactly.
probably.
The bully would be like, I don't want to get my, and also you're beating up a 17-year-old.
Yeah, and it's a professional
It's like
MMA
Conor
fighter.
McGregor going, hey, I was in Roadhouse.
He was okay in Roadhouse.
Interesting. I gotta take a piss.
If you, okay, think about if you could get on any of those shows, which would you choose?
I've always been a fan. I gotta go to the bathroom, but
Yeah.
when I was growing up, I loved Big Brother
Sure.
or like Survivor. I'd want to be on. I want to be on those shows where it's like people can fool around, obviously.
Sure.
But I want to like do
Be
games
doing something.
or fucking
You and me on the Amazing Race.
Amazing Race. Amazing Race would be fun as
We would
hell.
be really good on that.
But how are they just like, let's get on a plane? Does the show pay for it? They must have a credit
I bet
card.
they have a card.
Yeah, because like that would be so fun.
All right, go pee.
Let us know in the comments or email. What show would you be on?
Yeah, what is the best reality show to be on?
Unless you're horny as fuck going on one of the love shows.
I mean, yeah, to be this temptress on Temptation Island.
Exactly.
Awesome.
You just gotta be
month.
really hot.
Yeah.
And have no personality.
And no morals. Yeah. Another reality show I'd go on, the Take the Money and Run show.
Okay, so I don't know. There's probably a massive list of shows.
Well, there's so many.
Take the Money and Run. What's that one?
There was other ones like this where you would like.
Kind of reminds me of like the shopping cart spree or whatever.
No, this one's more like you get a briefcase full of money, and you just have to like hide it. And I think you can like hide it like in anywhere, but also I guess I don't know what happens if strangers find it.
Yeah.
And then like somebody tries to track down where you hid it. There's other ones where like you just run and someone like hunts you down. That'd love one of those,
dude. I think it's a mini series. I don't know if it was on YouTube or if it was a Vice show. Mm-hmm. But there was this guy that was like, I want to be hunted down by a private investigator.
Yeah, I think Mr. Beast even did that. Nathan Fielder did it too.
But like this guy, I think it was a Vice show, so it was very well done. This guy like met with the guy, gave him photos of everything, and then he had like long hair, facial hair.
Shaved it all.
He shaved it all off.
I think he put in like colored contacts, maybe glasses.
And then just like, dude, changed didn't talk to any of his family. Like it just
take cash out beforehand
to see if he could fucking not be found. And I think he made it pretty far.
I bet.
And then he just kept sending in decoy people that looked like him to like distract him. Like that. It'd be okay. Some of those like some of those sneaky shows. Like I think like I don't know if it's a show, but I think there's like a question, like a hypothetical question where it's like if you had a paperclip and you could hide it anywhere in your house and someone had 24 hours to...
Dude, I'd just eat it.
Are you allowed?
If I'm in the house. I'm not going to check my butthole.
That would be wild because where do you put it?
Up your butt. I mean, in this house, but I think it's like they have 24 hours.
Yeah, they have 24 hours to find a paperclip.
I would probably...
Put it with a bunch of other paperclips.
I thought about that because I do have a paperclip box.
Yeah.
Or just tape it into one page of a book.
They probably flip through books.
I have so many books.
But if you tape it, yeah.
It's
so
so
they
like,
probably go upside down.
yeah.
Yeah, they'd probably try and shake it.
Yeah, so if you could like pull that off. Or
I was thinking just like make it so it's a straight metal line and then like push it into a wall or something.
That'd be something. Can you change the shape of it?
Oh, I don't know.
But
I don't know what
also,
the rules are on that.
I don't know. I could patch I think you have like 5 minutes to hide it too.
Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, you could easily just...
I mean, I have plenty of holes in my wall too where I could just like, boop.
And then you go... But then also I
think you probably have to be able to retrieve
and you go, I can't get it anymore. You lost. But now it's time for an update from last week. Last week was Make Christianity Great Again. We had a Pope rally. We talked a lot about the Pope. We learned about the Pope. Hopefully you guys learned some things. Let us know if you guys liked that episode. No one said anything yet.
Yeah, because I am curious.
So that's suspicious.
Let us know if like that works for us. I would like to try something like that again.
I enjoyed it. I mean, we're going to do it either way.
Yeah, that's
we
true.
Fucking are
so hopefully you enjoy.
We're approaching 200 episodes.
So also let us know if we can do something better with it.
We're also, it's not going to be the Pope every time.
No, but this time is
the Pope. So
little white smoke update.
You're getting your news late, but we told you to wait.
Yep.
That rhymed. So last week we talked about popes, and at the time of filming, we were in a conclave.
Yeah, they were within the conclave.
But then before the episode came out, they announced a pope.
Yep.
So now we're a week behind.
Yeah, we really do need to just plan ahead.
We didn't know.
No, but we could have done the Pope Fest earlier.
Yeah, but whatever.
Yeah,
whatever. You had to do prep. But now we have a new pope. We have a new pope.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be fun to talk about because I don't know much about it. I do know that he's you from the U.S.
All right. So his name is Pope Leo the 14th.
Leo the 14th.
It's not Jesus the
so that's his real name or that's his pope name?
That's his pope name.
Leo the 14th. Come on with something original. You're the 14th? Okay.
So his real name is Robert Francis Prevost. He is 69. He is the 267th pope. Yeah, he is
267th pope.
Yeah.
You didn't bring up that fun fact last time. How many popes there have been?
Mm-hmm.
267th. Damn.
Yeah, that's a lot.
There's been more popes than episodes of the podcast.
For now.
Mm-hmm. We're going to pass the pope number.
Yeah, because I did listen to a podcast where every episode is just about a pope.
That's fun. Mm-hmm. So they have 267 episodes?
No, I didn't count.
That'd be a lot
But I
of
just listened to the popes I chose for it.
Yeah, like the bad popes. Those are the fun episodes.
Yeah,
no one cares
sure.
about the good ones.
Or just the mediocre
Or the
pope.
ones where they go, oh, they were in, but
Nothing really
nothing
happened. Yeah,
exactly.
the 4 years he was in his 70s. Yeah.
It's like when Trump's president.
No, a lot
I'm
happens.
I'm just kidding.
That one, a lot happens.
Yeah.
That's more like the bad popes.
Yeah. But so that's our new pope, and he's from the United States. He's from the Midwest,
He's from
right?
Chicago, yeah.
He's
which
from
is
Chicago.
Odd.
I've seen a lot of people joking that like the communion's going to be Malort now.
Yeah, and it's probably the first pope who's ever tasted Malort. It's weird. I've
Are
watched.
popes allowed to drink? I guess they drink wine.
Yeah, they drink all the time.
Yeah, but they can't fuck.
Right.
Well, they're not supposed to.
Yeah, they can. But yeah, it's the Pope from Chicago, which is super fun. I've seen a lot of interviews with his brother, which is
So
weird.
like he's been living and doing Pope or Catholic stuff in Chicago, and then they just called him to come to Italy.
I don't know. I did not.
Yeah, I don't know how does
learn
that work. Yeah, how
well,
does
I
that-
mean, he gets appointed a cardinal and like all that.
Okay, so he's probably already been.
He's
there.
maybe a bishop or something, but I think he moved up pretty quick at the end.
69. That's fucking. You got 11 years left till you're 80. 80's the cutoff. That's what I remember. I'm learning
For new popes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they don't kick you out at 80.
Damn.
Yeah.
So you can be. What's it? I wonder what the oldest pope is. I'm starting to think of questions.
Sure.
I'm
that
making
I asked you for before I.
Yeah, but
wrote.
I've already made a list, so you could do an update Pope rally with my questions.
Yeah, you should have given that to me for today.
Well, I'm thinking of them right
I
now.
know, okay.
I'll give it. That'd be a later episode where we do another Pope rally.
Okay.
And it'll be me asking you questions, but I'll ask you to do them beforehand, so you have answers.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've seen a lot of interviews with his brother where he has threatened to give the Pope a noogie, so that's fun.
How old is his brother?
Because you think like he's just like a Midwest grandpa. Because you think like
That's so funny. Yeah, imagine if like one of your siblings just became Pope. And you
Yeah.
go, I mean, but you're still my sibling.
well, yeah, and that's how he treats him too. It's like I'm still gonna call him his name, and like just like
Yeah.
same with when he
How you
became
doing, Robert?
well, because he was
That's
like
my
same
name.
when he was a priest. I didn't call him father because it's my brother, so I'm not gonna do that. Like
yeah,
yeah,
that'd be sacrilegious.
nope. It'd be confusing.
It'd be confusing.
That's a
'cause-
word, yeah.
It'd be confusing, especially if you went to church with your family and you go, "This is my father, and this is the father."
No,
But this is my brother.
who's
But his
the father.
father's there because they went to church as a family.
Mm-hmm.
See, that'd be confusing.
Yeah.
I am a little disappointed though.
That it wasn't Filipino Pope.
Well, and also it wasn't any of the four we talked about.
I know this guy. I think was considered sixth.
Okay,
in
so he
place.
was at least in the top 10.
That's what I've heard too. Because also I
Damn,
heard
yeah.
he's kind of a moderate. I think he likes the progressive stuff, but he wants to stick to the church's
I think
values.
I
or
think he's
something
trying
like
to
that.
go back old school a
little
bit.
bit. But I think he's
which
a
I
lo-
get it because Catholics are ritualistic.
Well, I mean, also just the religion itself isn't the friendliest thing in the world.
Yeah. It is. It's just weird. So I think I heard that he's the first American Pope.
As far as I know, yes.
That's insane. 267th first American.
I bet they
It's
actively.
been so many white men.
I mean, Italians.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's mostly been Italians.
that is wild.
I mean, I think
I wonder what other big countries we haven't had. So we already know Philippines hasn't, but that's not a big
most
country.
of Asia, I think,
Yeah,
hasn't.
probably not.
So I think they were probably pretty against an American Pope for a long time because they didn't want American influence in the church.
Especially nowadays.
Well, yeah, none of them really love that either, which is nice to know.
But also, it's wild. J.D. Vance killed the last Pope,
I know.
and
now he's on
now
home
he's-
turf.
and
Yeah,
now
it'll
it's
be much
American.
easier. Yeah, he can get there quick.
fuck.
I know.
He's got an inside guy. Catholics, they're coming for you. That's fascinating. That's cool. At least we have a new Pope. At least Catholicism can keep going.
Doing something, yeah. Not another 2.5 years on break.
Do you think, like, is it weird at Sunday Mass when there's not a Pope? Like, how does that work at normal churches? Or do
I
they
don't
just
know.
keep doing their own thing?
They probably like. I guess
They
I
probably
don't.
they have to acknowledge it. He's the leader of the Catholics.
They probably give updates and stuff. Yeah, of just where it's at because that'd
And
be
they
a fun
probably-
teaching moment. Every
Yeah, and they
time,
probably
too.
go, well, we got a new Pope, guys. And then they,
Well, yeah, because I'm sure
and they probably
Catholics.
play a clip from the,
I'm sure Catholics are dying to talk about something new. Because
they
like,
knew that it's a 69-year-old man.
but no, I'm saying as in they've read the same book their entire life.
Yeah, and
like
every-
they've only teaching from this small thing that,
is-
anything new.
That was weird going to church growing up where it's just like, oh, we're doing this again.
like when you
Every
actually
year.
remember enough to like actually it hits.
yeah,
that
every
is
year you're like,
interesting.
oh, we're doing this again.
Yeah.
And then every sermon tries to be different. Hey, Sid,
Hey, bud.
what are you doing? I guess the cat's in here.
Yeah, because you get like the holiday, the big hitters every year, but
Yeah.
then I bet they just kind of build around that.
But then also, like, there's so many, like, weird holidays in between, like Pentecost.
Sure.
And, like, all this stuff, like Lent. And, like, all that stuff, like, every year is the same sermons.
Yeah,
and like
pretty
the
quick
same,
in
and like
recession.
they try to add stories, but it's like, okay, we already know you went to Texas and drank,
Sure, yeah.
and
Well, yeah, I mean, they only have so many stories because they don't do much either.
yeah, because they talk about how they were young and were bad boys,
Yeah.
and then they go, but then I found God.
You're like, well, I probably liked you better back then.
Yeah, probably would have.
Speaking of liking someone better back then, let's get into Foo Fighters.
Yeah, let's get into Foo Fighters. We're slowly chipping through this. It's time for brackets, busters, and brews. All right, welcome back to Brackets, Busters, and Brews. Today we're on round 3 of the second round.
Okay.
So next week we'll finish round 2. Are you excited?
Sure.
We got 8 matchups today. The first matchup we're going to talk about is Breakout versus Back and Forth. Breakout has been a bye because it's in their top 20 songs, going against Back and Forth, which is off of Wasting Light. What are your thoughts on Breakout and Back and Forth?
I
Two
thought
B
this
songs.
was a very even match.
Yeah,
like,
both these songs are really fun.
just really like kind of like a little bit more up tempo,
Yep.
fast, fun. Like not too fast, but just more so. Just fun rock songs where I enjoyed the verse, I enjoyed the chorus.
Yeah, they're good. I think Breakout has like an early 2000s vibe to it.
Yeah.
Like, and it's fun. It has a nice bop to it. I wrote down a lyric from it, and he goes, "And therapy still scares me." I like that line. And then at the end, Dave starts screaming, which I kind of like. The chorus is catchy. And then Back and Forth, man, starts with palm muting, your favorite, with Dave singing over it.
I think his voice works so well over
also, I like his vocals in this. Pre-chorus is fun. And also, I wrote down another lyric. How did the simple life get so complicated? I like that line. Both these songs are really good, but they're also kind of simple. Like, they both don't do anything crazy.
They're like I think these are kind of the best version of the standard Foo Fighters.
Yes.
Both of these I really enjoyed.
Good rock songs. This is a tough decision because Breakout is obviously in their top 20. Back and Forth is from Wasting Light, one of my favorite albums. But I do have a decision here.
I do too. Back and Forth.
I chose Breakout,
Damn.
but I will always choose Wasting Light over.
Because I definitely liked Back and Forth better.
Okay, I'll go with Back and Forth because what's so wild is Breakout, maybe because it's in their top 20, but I don't listen to it as much.
I didn't know it that well.
Yeah. But Back and Forth, man,
I really enjoyed
that's a
that
fun
one, yeah.
song. Next up, we got 2 kind of wild cards.
Yeah.
We're going against the One, which has been both these songs have been around since the preliminary round.
That's where I kept saying, like, this is really even matchup. Both these songs under 3 minutes.
Yeah. The One versus Sean. The One is off their Vault series. Sean is off a small EP.
Both
so
fun and catchy.
Two kind of punk, hidden gem Foo Fighters tracks. I like the bridge in the One is cool. It has cool bass lines. Sean is also under 2
fun.
minutes.
Yeah.
And
Love when they yell Sean.
there's different parts in it. Like under 2 minutes, and there's different parts. Both these songs are cool.
Yes. I really enjoyed both of these.
But I have a decision.
Me too. Sean. Okay, cool.
Because
I like when he yells Sean.
yeah, I'm sorry to say, but it looks like Sean is the One.
Oh.
Get it?
Yeah.
So bye the One. The One is a really cool, like, it's a hidden gem of a track for sure. Next up, man, this isn't a tough.
No, it's not tough.
It's not tough. It just sucks.
too bad.
It just sucks.
Yeah.
We got The Pretender, which this has been a bye. We haven't talked about the song yet. We've mentioned it.
Very easy contender for best. Foo
Dude, this
Fighter
is a
song.
contender for winning the bracket right here. Going against For All the Cows, which has been around from the preliminary round.
Super fun.
A classic Foo Fighters song.
You know it. You love it. It's dumb. It's what it needs
Starts
to be.
off slow, but then goes into a really cool rock song. It's so cool. But then it's just...
It's not the Pretender.
That's not the Pretender. The Pretender... Like...
The Pretender.
We're going to talk about the Pretender a lot more because it's going
Yeah.
to be talked about a lot. But this song is...
I'll never not think about the music video.
The music video is incredible.
Which is just always an unfair advantage.
The music video is so... The song is so good. There's so many different parts. I love, like, the rhythm. It's wild. I was talking to Wes about this lineup, and guess what he picked?
He chooses For All the
He
Cows.
chose For All the Cows.
All right.
He loves the first album so much.
Sure. I mean, I really like For All the Cows. It's
And
just
I
The
get it, but
Pretender is one of the best
The
songs they've
Pretenders
done.
is so good. So sorry For All the Cows. The Pretender wins, hands down. Next up, we got Better Off, which is off Wasting Light. This is a bonus track of Wasting Light versus Long Road to Ruin, another new song.
Okay, I thought so.
Yeah, this is a song we haven't listened to yet. This is a song that's in their top 20. I remember when we first talked about Better Off, I wasn't a big fan of it, and I didn't pick Better Off last time.
Oh, interesting.
Because I was like, I get why this is a bonus track. But
Sure.
now
You
the song's
enjoy it?
growing on me.
Mhm.
Like I really
I like it.
I really like Better Off. It's a simple song, and then I like the oh no's in the pre-chorus.
Mhm.
Like it's fun. It's simple, but it's fun.
I really liked Long Road to Ruin, though.
Long Road to Ruin is really
it
good.
caught me off guard 'cause I didn't know of it.
Dave's voice is because you don't know this song. Dave's voice is very pretty. This is from Echo Silence, Patience and Grace, the same album as The Pretender.
Because that one, because we listened to all this while we were running errands today.
Oh, okay.
And that's why I didn't write down notes. I just wrote down the songs. But like this was one where I like really noticed, like listening to the
Damn.
song. I really enjoed. Yeah, for Long Road to Ruin.
The chorus is really catchy. I feel like they instantly knew the song would be a hit. This is my note,
Oh.
and I think you're going the other way.
Oh.
But this is what I wrote down. I go, it looks like Long Road to Ruin has a short road because it's eliminated.
See, I chose that one fully.
You chose Long Road to Ruin over Better Off?
Definitely.
Dang, I will say, I tried getting rid of Better Off last round.
Sure.
I'm starting to like it more, but because I wanted to get rid of it already,
Okay.
I'll go with Long Road to Ruin.
All right. Sounds good.
Next up, this lineup is interesting. We got
Yeah.
Rest off their newest album versus Alone and Easy Target off their first album. So newest and oldest Foo Fighters. Rest almost didn't make it last time.
Yeah. What the fuck was Rest? I don't even remember this from last time.
This is the song that I think is about Taylor. I remember we
Sure.
talked about this because he goes,
Oh wait, no. I'm thinking. Wait, was this the really slow one?
yeah, this
Okay.
is how the album ends. It's very slow.
Yeah.
It's very sad. It's very emotional. I fought for this song to win last time.
Right.
Because of the emotion.
Yeah.
But also you got to be in the right mood for this song.
Because this one, in the middle of this mix, it did not hit.
No, I mean I understand especially if it's about Taylor. I
Sure.
get the importance of it.
Yes, and
But it's
glad
going against
they have that.
But it's going against Alone and Easy Target, which is one of my
right,
favorite.
that's one of your favorites
It's
too.
one of my favorite songs off the
Because
first
I
album.
think I tried to get rid of Alone and Easy
Yeah,
Target
and I
last
fought
time.
for it.
Yeah,
but it's going against Rest, so this is easy.
Yeah,
Alone Easy Target has to win. Like it, I do like that. Like when the band comes in, there's distortion and like it feels good. But like Alone Easy Target, that has to win.
Up next, we have Learn to Fly and Nothing at All.
Yes, Learn to Fly had a bye the first round.
That's one of their bigger.
That's
songs,
one of their
right?
top 20 songs. Learn to Fly is it's one of their biggest songs. Going against Nothing at All, which was beat Iron Rooster last round. Nothing at All is off their newest album. I have the most notes for these two songs here. Learn to Fly, one of their biggest songs.
Yes.
Like everybody knows Learn to Fly. I will say this song is overplayed though.
Yeah,
And it is kind of annoying. It's very poppy.
yeah. It doesn't have like moments in it that I love. Like the chorus, I
makes
bop
you wanna,
along.
It makes you want to sway.
And like
also,
the main riff is
this
fun.
is a song that like I feel like every cover band plays this in My Hero.
Sure.
I feel like you gotta, even though they're good songs.
Yeah.
The bridge of Learn to Fly is my favorite part of the song.
Okay.
Nothing at All has a different vibe to it.
Yeah, I like Nothing at All.
The pre-chorus is badass. Going into a sick chorus, the verses are fun. The bridge is really cool. You get a little bit of that Dave screaming in it.
Yeah.
This is a bracket upset.
I chose Nothing at All.
I chose Nothing at All
Yeah.
too, which is wild because if
Learn to Fly was worse than I thought it would
yes,
be.
and it's just it kind of annoys me because it's overplayed. But this is a #1 seed song, and if I was just looking at the song list and it goes Learn to Fly versus Nothing at All, I
Learn
would
to Fly.
pick Learn to Fly.
Because you think it's supposed to be.
yeah,
Yeah.
but then when I listened to the two songs, I was like, Nothing at All is a better song.
Yeah, Learn to Fly was fine.
Yeah. It
I
could, be
think
because it could be because nothing at all is new to me, but it's a good song. I thought it was going to be a slower song just based on the
Sure.
title, but it's not. It's like a good rock song.
I think Learn to Fly would get beaten by most songs on this
Yeah.
list. Like truly listening
It's
to it.
kind of
I think it's like C tier.
it's
Foo Fighters.
I mean, it's better than Wheels,
sure.
but yeah, it is. It's
Like-
obviously a hit for a reason, but it's like not.
It must be the worst of the hits though.
People love it. Yeah, dude. That's an upset. Learn to Fly is eliminated. Next up, we got Beyond Me. We got another one off. We have 3 today off the new album. Beyond Me versus Something from Nothing from the Sonic Highway Sessions. Beyond Me, this is a song that you fought for because this
okay.
was a slower song.
I did enjoy it, and I
Yeah.
did recognize this one.
It's a slower song. I can definitely feel the pain and the emotion in Dave's voice from
Yeah.
this because this could be another one about Taylor.
So this was new album too.
Yeah, this is a new
Okay.
album. Yeah, and that's the only notes I have for Beyond Me.
Sure. Yeah, I didn't have.
And
any
then
notes.
Something from Nothing. I put,
pretty great.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Like, dude,
Yeah,
Have you-
I love this one.
the music video is. I watched
This
it.
is Chicago, right?
I think it's the first. I think this is the first song. I think.
Because this is where the city burned down.
Yeah,
right?
so I think it might be Chicago, which is a great way to start the series with. The music video is really cool because it's just them in the studio playing, but I love that they have the lyrics in the video.
And they
it's
like burn away, right?
It's handwritten.
Oh, okay.
And they like it's cool like that. I like how calm it starts and then builds up, and then there's like so many different shifts.
Yeah,
the
it's a good
shifts are
song.
fucking like. And then I love when he goes, "Fuck it all, I came from nothing."
Because
Bum, bum.
when I think of it, I don't know how this compares to Feast and the Famine.
Dude, I don't know because they're both
These two are pretty close.
they're both weird songs.
Yes.
Like
and they both have really great Dave moments.
dude, I think this is also the song where they teased before this album was released just a singular scream. And I think it was from this song because there's a scream in this. I did easy decision.
Yeah.
Something from nothing, hands down. Beyond Me, it's slow. If you like slow Foo Fighters, maybe check it out. But
Yeah.
And then the last matchup today is Ecstatic off their first album against DOA from Jacob's least favorite Foo Fighters album.
But one of
In
my
Your
favorite
Honor.
songs, In Your Honor.
Yeah, which is wild. So Ecstatic, cool guitar tone,
It's fine.
riff to start. I love when the second guitar comes in. I
Just-
love when the drums come in.
It's all fine.
It's wild because I really like this song, but then you were like, it's very drony, and I was like, it is drony.
And that is my least favorite description for
And then
music. Or
very-
that's the description for my least favorite type of
I like
music.
drony
I
music.
hate drony. That's
Days-
why I don't like grunge.
yeah.
the
That's
drum.
why.
That's why I
I mean,
don't like-
this is '94.
Yeah,
so
because
this is
it's why I don't really like grunge. It's why I hate new metal. It's all so drony.
it's all brrr.
Yeah.
It's just noise coming at you. Mellow guitar vocals, but like I think Dave had a blast playing all these parts. You can tell,
Sure.
because like he's doing like these drum fills.
I don't know.
He's-
They're so drony. It doesn't sound fun.
it's cool to me. DOA, this song is badass.
I really like DOA. Fun rock
In the
song.
chorus, there's a little bit of 16th note hi hat, which always reminds me of of Everlong.
Okay.
'Cause that's the drum part in Everlong. DOA is a great song, but I picked Ecstatic.
And I, because I didn't even finish this because you walked in while I was listening to these. And I was
Yeah.
just like, I hate this. And you're like, oh.
I was like, oh no. I will say DOA I really like though.
Yes.
So we could go with DOA's catchy.
I'm okay with Ecstatic because it's not a typical Foo Fighter song. And
Okay,
I'm always
DOA
okay
is.
with those moving
Do you want to go
forward.
with Ecstatic?
I'm okay with Ecstatic, yeah. Because also I like
I mean, it's gonna go against.
I like the album better
Yeah.
than For Your Honor.
It's gonna. I mean, either way, Ecstatic and
Something
DOA
from
is gonna
nothing
go.
better.
Is gonna
Yeah.
go from something from nothing.
And that's much better.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
either way, these songs are gonna make it.
Yeah, we can move
any longer.
Ecstatic for
Okay, let's go with Ecstatic
Have
for
we,
now.
have we lost any albums yet?
I'm gonna do that at the recap of
Okay.
of round 4,
Okay,
or
gotcha.
so it would be 2 episodes from now when we start round 3. But I don't, because I was counting. We had representation from 15 albums,
Jesus Christ.
and at the start of round 2, we still had representation from all of them.
Okay.
I think we're getting close.
Probably lost one
For
by
sure.
now.
I mean, some of these, like we have a live on here, and I think there's only like 2 live songs. So some of these might be eliminated.
Maybe.
But it's kind of wild. But I think that's how Foo Fighters, like they have a hit or 2 off every album.
Sure, yeah.
And that's how they do it. I'm shocked that their last album's still in the bracket, but we'll see after
There's
this
a couple
round.
songs, yeah.
Because one of them moved forward, but
Oh, okay.
that was brackets, Busters, and Brews round 3. Next week will be round 4, and we're going to finish round 2.
Sure. This has been where you tell me what to listen to and I do that, and that's all I could possibly understand.
Yeah,
from
you
this.
just don't want to. That's because I'm in Photoshop. I'm updating the bracket.
Well,
I'm doing
also,
all the
you'd
fun
have to
stuff.
send me an updated bracket every single time too.
I do email it over.
I actually did notice that when you email it to yourself,
I
because we
email it
share
over.
that email.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and that's how I can get it on my iPad.
it is nice that we share 2 emails so we can email each other with ourselves.
Yeah, where it's like, Jacob will see this.
Yeah,
And it's like, he could use it if he wants, but I'm going to use it.
yeah.
It's just easier to send it to. But this has been the Moist Monday podcast. Did you get moist?
Hope so.
I'm on my 3rd beer
Yeah, I'm on my
during recording.
Right, yeah. Jesus.
I had one before too.
Yeah, so we'll work in 20 minutes.
No, is it 3:40?
It's 3:30.
Oh fuck! Yeah, I gotta go to work. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Parler, Blue Sky.
Sure.
We don't post there anymore, but we will eventually.
Yeah.
I've been slacking on social media, but
That's okay.
social media sucks.
We're still here.
Yeah, we're still doing the podcast. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Rate us 5 stars on all the podcast apps. Share us with your enemy. Share us with your friend.
Yeah.
Share us with your fucking mom. Happy late Mother's Day to everybody.
Oh, yeah. Just
It was
let
a
us.
week and a half ago, but
Yeah. Tell us things. Just anything. We like to hear things.
we just like when you comment or email us.
We read them all.
We don't respond, but we really like it. So
Yeah.
please do it.
We text each other about that we got emails.
We got one.
Yeah.
And Jacob goes, what?
Mm-hmm. Well, because if you open the email, I don't get the
Yeah,
notification.
you don't get the notification. And I
Yeah.
check my email a lot because I'm bored. But that's been the Moist Minded Podcast.
Bye, everybody.
Stay moist out there. Love you, bud.
Love you too. All right, go to work.
Dry bones, lazy bones, big bones, dance around in your bones.
I just assume everybody does at this point. And you can tell when people haven't.
Sure.
Like usually someone's like, that guy needs to smoke.
Yeah.